Welcome back to Income Trading 101. Today is Saturday, April the 24th. We're going to take a look at Monero. I've just been digging in a bit, looking at CoinGecko and seeing how high Monero's gotten as far as overall, market cap size. It's placing well. I also was watching some videos on staking Monero as well, which is kind of interesting. But let's see. Monero right now coming in at number 22 with 778 million. And actually, I'm sorry, that was the I looked at the wrong thing. 6.75, almost 6.8 billion dollars of market cap. So that's why it's coming in where it is. So let's just take a look at this technically. So we're going to go ahead. I like to get rid of the volume. Let's go ahead and shrink this in and see how much data we actually have access to. So it looks like we've got data all the way back to late 2017, which was just in time to catch the big, pop. Obviously, everyone knows what happened to Bitcoin and other coins and tokens back then. This thing had a high, it appears, I'm going to say 380. Nope. $406. It had a high of, nope, 556. Just keeps going. Looks like that was it, the 556. So, yeah, that's huge, especially given that it's trading at 377 right now. So it's at like $180 lower. While it's picking up some steam. And I love seeing this because a lot of these there are a lot of altcoins and tokens right now that have only had this run up, but here we get to look at its history and compare some previous pricing levels. So let's go ahead and dive in. We'll start off with our usual moving averages. Like I said, sometimes analysis is like boring and you end up doing the same thing over and over again. But that's the reason why you start seeing opportunities to trade. If you're changing your style of analysis all the time, then you're never going to sort of get used to seeing opportunities in the market because of the history that you will have recorded in your mind. So a lot of times I'll look at something and just say, it feels like this is about to happen. And even though I'm calling it a feel, it ultimately is because of the history I have with those indicators. So, of course, we see with this bull move, certainly this year, we can pull it on back to 2020. Even it's had a strong bull move. So no surprise that the daily is still the daily charts are going to show all three moving averages, the 10-day, the 20, and the 60-day, all in line. Let's check out the 1 hour. I like looking at the 1 hour. So the 1 hour, we just now have re-triggered back into also a bullish moving average. So you've got the 10 period higher than the 20, higher than the 60. We'll take it down to the 30-minute. One of the reasons I do this is I like to enter trades based on lower time frames and then manage them on the higher ones, just so I don't get shaken out by small whippings whipping around movements in the market. So once again, we've got bullish. 10 period is higher than the 30, is higher than the 60, and I bet with the 15-minute as well, also going to be bullish. Even though it's oscillating around a bit more, it's just because it's going to be a lot more sensitive to price movement intraday. But yeah, this is still looking very strong. So all of our moving averages thus far are showing some bullish opportunities in Monero. Sorry. Let's take a look at the MACD, which may or may not be very helpful. The MACD tends to be less useful during strong upward trends or downward trends for that matter. So you can see normally we trade the MACD using crossover patterns. So all these little crossovers, like this one crossing over, it was actually so close to the zero line I wouldn't have paid much attention. and sure enough, that crossed back over and came back positive. But this here on the 23rd of February was significant, but it never did go negative, right? Never crossed. If we cross over in positive territory, that's this whole positive region above this line. Positive numbers indicate being overbought, and below that zero line is negative, and we consider that oversold. So a crossover in the positive territory would be a selling indication, but I like to see the data. I like to see the MACD and the signal line go negative and go negative really before I am going to place a trade. Here they stayed positive and even moved higher. But I bet on the lower time frames we're going to see a little bit different action. So sure enough, we've got crossover here. This is actually earlier this week, and it pulled back, but that would have been a nice, this crossover of the blue, which is the MACD line, and this red, which is the signal line. Both of those, and then they crossed over and then went positive. This would have been nice. Now, you probably would have gotten shaken out by this move here, but ultimately, that trade would still be making you money. We had a sell-off here go negative, so that was a nice selling indication, and then another cross here yesterday morning to indicate a bullish run. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. So 30 minutes giving you a lot more volatility, but we did get that cross yesterday, which would have been a great indication to buy, to start picking up this little bit of an up move, this current uptrend that we're in. And we'll just drop it down to 15-minute just for consistency, and sure enough, actually the 15-minute gave this crossover buy signal on the 22nd. So not the 23rd like the others, the 22nd. This is a couple days ago at nighttime. About 10:15. This crossover happened and it went positive. Would have been a great place to buy Monero. I am also a fan. We're just going to take this back down to the daily. I'm a fan of buying in the direction of strength, and strength is clearly to the upside right now, right? If you don't see that, I don't know how to help you. Well, actually, I do. We'll draw this pretty little line here to help you see what's been going on. That was one, actually, one bit of a positive trend. We're going to do another one because this one actually took a little bit different path. Pull that down there. So the movement definitely appears to be heading higher, but now I'd like to do a couple of things because we have the data available, right? I think it's important to use that previous price history and see where we are from a level standpoint today. So we're going to go ahead, pull this out. So I really want to analyze this data back here. And I love the fact that TradingView allows the current price level to be pulled across. So look at that. We've got great resistance right here. Let me draw that just so you're looking at the same line. This is current price, essentially. We're just going to go ahead, pull this, stretch it out. Current price right now. This price region gave some resistance back in March of 18, back in December of 17, even though it pushed through January of 18, and was support briefly here in January of 18 as well. So this coin and this token rather has a history that I definitely do not advise ignoring, because it can be very insightful to use this history to be able to take a look at where it is. We're going to do one more thing. we're going to pull out the old Fibonacci analysis just to get as well a better sense of how much of a retracement have we had, and maybe even get an indication of how much more we might end up having. So I'm going to take that from top to bottom and then just drag it on over. There we go. So we have almost gotten to the 78.6% level, which is $442.52. We're currently just above the 61.8% retracement. I would expect this thing, honestly, if we can get back above this 78.6, I would fully expect this to retest the all-time high, which is going to be up there upwards of $556. So, man, it's hard for me not to be bullish on this overall right now. Yes, I think overall cryptocurrency is going to see some volatility. We've already seen that in Bitcoin, but there are a lot of people that are looking to buy the dip and push this higher too. So lots of uncertainty in trading always, but I love seeing these levels because it gives me an idea of where we are and where we're likely to head. So you can see we even have pushed, I mean, at this 376 level, we're not that far off of some important levels that we've seen before. So definitely keep an eye out for regions that make sense. If we can get to $442, I think we might have a shot at getting to $555. So keep watching. Let me know if this is one of the ones you trade. And hey, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Feel free to leave comments. I really do appreciate it. I love hearing which. This is not one of the ones, not one of the tokens I have traded, but I love hearing how you guys look at these as well, and what you think the best opportunities are right now in crypto for a simple guy to make a little bit more money on his money. So that's it. Hope you're having a great day. Have a wonderful weekend and happy trading.